Greetings, Kevin, my friend. How you doing? So listen, working with hoods and the PRC form is very, very simple. I'm going to go through with you right now, and when I get done, you shouldn't have any trouble on the assignment I gave you. So we're going to take a look at a different project because I don't want to give you all the answers. But on this particular project, it's called To Tell. It's also a restaurant, and basically all the information is on your equipment schedule. So you have to compile three things. One, you want to figure out your total exhaust requirement, and that's all you need. You don't have to break it down by hood or anything, just the total exhaust for the whole building. So in this case, there's 5 hoods, and if you add up all the exhaust quantities, it comes to a whopping 9,800 CFM exhaust, okay? The second thing you want to do is go in your same equipment schedule and look at your makeup air. That's the second piece of information you'll need for the process PRC-03 form. So in this case, the makeup air is 6,500 CFM. So now we have our total exhaust, we have our total makeup air, and the only other thing you need is your total supply air from your AC units. So again, we refer to our equipment schedule. In this case, we have 2 fan coils at 2,000 CFM each, and we have 3 fan coils at 1,600 CFM each, for a total of 8,800 CFM. So now we've got 8,800 CFM supply, 6,500 makeup air, and 9,800 CFM exhaust, okay? So let's go into the software, and first thing I'm going to do is go to the Forms tab, and I'm going to go to the Process 3 tab, and here's where you're going to input the information. So the first bit of information is what's our total CFM exhaust, and if we look back, we can see down at the bottom there it's 9,800 CFM exhaust. So I'm going to put in 9,800, no comma or anything necessary. Then the second piece of information is what's our makeup air. They call it bypass, meaning that it's makeup air into the kitchen and it bypasses the hood. It's not what's considered a short circuit hood. So the air isn't going into the hood. The makeup air doesn't enter into the hood. It enters into the room. So this is the line we want to always use, and it's just the key is makeup air. So we go back to our equipment schedule, and as you can see there, it's 6,500 CFM. So we're going to put in 6,500 CFM for our makeup air. And then our third piece of information, and the last piece that you need, is air needed for heating or cooling. Okay? So we go back to our equipment schedule again, and we determine that that's 8,800 CFM. That's all the air that's needed for our heating and cooling. So we go back in here and we put in 8,800. Okay, basically you're done. So now over here for your equipment tag, the way I do it is using the plus, I add a new line there, and I double click, and I'm just going to say hoods 1 through 5. I think, weren't there 5 hoods? Yeah, 5 hoods. So hoods 1 through 5. Total number of hoods is 5. And then the plan reference sheets is just what the drawing sheets are. So in this case, there are 8 sheets up in the upper left corner here. You can see me flagging. There's 8 sheets, and it's going to be M1 through M6 and the H1 and 2. So all I do is go back to here and say M1 through M6 and H1 and 2. And that's it, you're done. So now when you run this, it's prescriptive. So when you go to we're going to run a prescriptive calculation, and it's going to be mechanical only. And then on the reports, when we go to prescriptive, the only thing we want to select is PRC-03, commercial kitchen requirements. Okay, so let's go ahead and calculate that. And now when I print the report, it's going to be exactly what you input. Total installed type 1 and type 2 kitchen hoods is 9,800. The makeup air is 6,500. The air needed for heating and cooling is 8,800. Well, look, I made a mistake. I inputted into the wrong key, whatever you want to call it. So let me go back. And sure enough, I have it here for demand control ventilation. So I'm just going to zero that out and go for air needed and cooling and say 8,800. And now I'll recalculate. And this time now here's 98, 65, and air needed for heating or cooling is 8,800. Okay. And so demand control ventilation actually is required on any hood system in a kitchen that's 5,000 CFM or higher. But there's an exception in the code that allows us to not have to do demand control ventilation if we're taking more than 75% of the air as makeup air or transfer air. So in this case, we've met that requirement. So we can leave this as 0. But basically, these are the 3 that the building department's looking for: the exhaust, the makeup air, and the supply for your AC. And that's it. And then down here under reference, it tells you all the section numbers, and it gives reference to what I said, M1 through M6 and H1 and H2. Okay? That's all there is to it. So see what you can do with the project I gave you. I know there's a lot of hoods there, but it's the same basic principle. Okay? Great. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Good talking with you, and let me know if you have any trouble. And don't waste your time Googling the internet. Just call good old Jeff and he'll explain it all to you, okay? Take care, man. Bye.